Hi everybody, this is Tiffany from Uncensored Dolls. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about dolls on a budget, similar to what Nerdy Doll Girl talked about last week, sort of the props and stuff you can get for your doll. I was actually already working on a video that included dolls that are affordable, so maybe you can't afford the $800 or $1,000, you know, Volks or Fairyland, whatever one of those full sets that you've been dreaming over, or maybe it's your Grail doll, I'm not sure, but some of them can get quite expensive. So I've been looking into different companies that offer extremely affordable sculpts, and they offer not just one, some of them have four, but most of them have quite a few options for heads and bodies, etc. So the first company I looked into was called Migi Doll, M-I-G-I Doll, and they were really affordable. An MSD was around $200, and a limited full set, you know, was $380. So that was, you know, that's half the price that I pay for my limited Miku from Volks, my Dolphy Dream. So that's, you know, 50% cheaper. Now, I didn't get to look too much into the different sculpts that they offered on that particular one, but I know that Resin Soul was around $260 or cheaper, and they offered fantasy options, which was really cool because, you know, not a lot of companies even offered them to begin with. So to have a company that is quite affordable offer a fantasy doll, that was pretty amazing. So that was Resin Soul, and SDs run about $200 to $250, and you know, as the sizes are smaller, they go down in price. Another company was called Miro Doll, M-I-R-O Doll, and SDs typically ran $200, and you know, again, everything was just under $200. If you wanted an MSD, it was closer to $150, and you know, cheaper down the scale as you got into the tiny dolls, etc. There's another company, I really like some of the sculpts from this company called Mystic Kids. They are a little bit more expensive. The SDs can run around $500 or under, which is, you know, it's not really a lot to be $500, but you know, it's definitely out of all the companies I looked at, $500 and $380 were the top, $380 being the Migi Doll and Mystic Kids being the $500. So you look at what you can afford. I mean, Miro Doll was around $200, so you can get two dolls for the price of a $500 doll. Depends on really what you want. There were some other companies that were mentioned, but I didn't have a lot of time to look into them. Impel Doll was one of them, Dragon Doll, and Bobobi. All of them, I got to glance at the website. They had some pretty cool sculpts, but it was hard to find. I didn't want to start talking about a company that I couldn't find a direct link to. And Impel Doll, Dragon Doll, Bobobi, these were all sold on other sites. For example, Mint on Card, the sites that sell multiple brands of dolls. So, whereas Migi Doll, Miro Doll, Resin Soul, and Mystic Kids, they all had their own websites that I can directly link you to if you decide to purchase. So I can, you know, being a third-party individual, I can link you to something that I know is, you know, the real deal, so to speak. There was another company, I can't remember what it was called, but they had some really adorable kitty cat dolls. They were tinies and they were so cute. So you really got to look at your options. So for example, like with Volks, you know, obviously those dolls, there's your one-of-a-kind dolls, which are running around $800 and upward US dollars. And then there's, you know, your large companies like Fairyland, Lutz, Sorry, I don't know all them offhand. Volks, you know, all the big companies that sell their limiteds and such for $800, $1,000, you know, that's, you know, top of the line doll, what you're paying for there. And you know, nothing's ever 100% perfect, but it's always something you're going to love for sure. You're going to find a sculpt in any company that you're going to love, and it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. So I'm a little bit sick right now. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but it's been a pretty rough week. I've been putting off this video for a few days because I haven't been feeling the best. But the cat doll that I was talking about was from a company called With Doll. So I've never personally heard of that company before, but they had some really adorable Siamese cats, and there was 2 other ones as well. They were really cute. But take a look at some of these options if you're looking, you know, you can't afford a doll, or this is your first doll and you're looking for something to just join the hobby. Take a look at Miro Doll, take a look at Resin Soul, Miggy Doll, Mystic Kids. These are all options that are extremely affordable for a base doll. You know, don't get the face up if you don't want to. You know, don't get the body blush if you don't want to. Save $100 there, or whatever you have to do to get that doll. There's also the A-Zone dolls, the Blythe dolls, Doll, all those different types of dolls which are extremely affordable. You can get a Blythe doll for just over $100. Me and my friend Tiff, we found Peter Pan, Blythe dolls, dolls. We found them at Winners in Canada. I don't know if you guys have Winners in the States, but we have Winners in Canada, and we found them for $30 Canadian. Like, that's basically a steal. People are selling those online now for $100 USD. So you can make money off of them if you want to resell them and get the doll that you want, or, you know, you can keep that doll and see what it's like to own a doll for yourself. So there's just different ways of getting into the hobby. Just take a look around. You know, I might do another video to expand on this later if I find more companies that I think are you know, pretty well within the budget. But those are what I've found so far. Personally, as you can see my little collection up there, I collect my Volks Dolphy Dreams for the most part. I did have a tiny at one point, but I didn't like the small dolls, and I have a large SD resin, and she's horrible. She's horrible to maneuver. She's too heavy for me. She's too large. I'm always worried I'm gonna break her, I'm gonna drop her. I see these people posting pictures in the groups where they've dropped their dolls and the fingers are broken off, or the ears or something, and I'm terrified to move my doll around because it's just so heavy. If all it has to do is basically fall back on the table and it could crack something, right? So I'd much rather do that with a $200 doll anyways than my $560, you know, my Saddle. But just to wrap it up, that's basically what I wanted to share with you about affordable dolls. So just keep that in mind. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye.